Good morning. It is 10:01 a.m. and today's meeting of the California Agricultural Labor Relations Board is called to order. We'll first go through the roll. Board Member Broad.
Present.
Board Member Hall.
Present.
Board Member Lightstone.
Present.
Wonderful. We have a quorum. Next, I will ask for a motion to approve the most recent meeting minutes from last week's meeting, April 22nd. May I have a motion?
I'll move.
Second.
Okay, thank you, Member Hall, seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All right, the minutes have been approved. Next, I have Chair's report. I do have a few items. So one, I want to flag for members of the public in our team that we issued a board decision in Tri-Finucane Farms earlier this week. And in there was a footnote where I am asking the regulations committee, a member Broad, a member Lightstone, to review and make possible recommendations for revision our regulations regarding discipline for unprofessional conduct in our proceedings by either attorneys or other participants, and ensuring that our ALJs and the board have the appropriate tools to apply sanctions or use other tools as necessary in order to maintain the integrity of our proceedings. So that is out to the reg committee, and we'll look forward to hearing a report, hopefully in the coming months, on some recommendations in that regard. Additionally, I wanted to share with the board yesterday, in honor of Workers' Memorial Day, the UC California Labor Lab held a conference here in Sacramento and online discussing worker protections and if they were keeping up. A wide variety of topics were discussed that expanded beyond agriculture, but there was a presentation by Secretary Knox in discussion with the executive director of the center about what California policy is doing and our readiness. And one of the things that he highlighted was the work with the first COVID, now California Worker Outreach Project and our Rural Strategic Engagement Program, and the efforts that we're making in agriculture to really meet workers where they are and really work with a variety of stakeholder groups to try and let workers know what their rights are in a way that's more easier to understand in plain language and whatnot. And so that was an exciting opportunity. And got some folks asking questions, wanting to contribute to that. So that's great. And then two things. One, next week is Public Service Recognition Week across the state and the country, which is always a week I look forward to, where we recognize the work of our staff and our agency in serving the public. And so there'll be events for staff and some messages going out next week here and also across state government. And then we are also, I will be going down to Santa Maria on May 14th to have an office reception at our somewhat new office that is getting staffed up with staff from the General Counsel's program that is co-located with the Employment Development Department and also the Santa Barbara County Farm Worker Resource Center. And we'll be having a reception. And of course, any members of the board that wish to join me in that, let me know. And with that concludes my chair's report. So I will go on to Santiago for our executive officer's report on elections, unfair labor practice complaints, and hearings.
Good morning, Chair Hasid, members of the board. Thank you. This report encompasses the period from our last board meeting where I reported, which was, I believe, the beginning of the month. You can find this report at our website under the meetings tab. And then now turning to elections, there was no election activity. There was one complaint issued in Tissue Grown Corporation that was issued on April 27th. case number 2023-CE011SAL. That involves fruit and nut rootstocks as a commodity, and that is in Ventura County. Next is a complaint that was withdrawn by the general counsel, and that's Mucci Farms, Inc., also known as Mucci I always mispronounce this. I think Tehachapi Inc. and Tehachapi 2025-CE-035. And that was filed on April 23rd. And it relates back to the informal bilateral settlement agreement that was entered to in November of 2025. Commodity there is tomatoes in Kern County. Next, turning to the board's administrative orders and decisions issued since the last report. The first is Board Administrative Order ALRB Admin Order number 2026-04 in Olive Hill Greenhouses, Inc. That issued on April 24th. There, the board ordered the remand of the mediator's report in case number 2024-MMC-002. In addition to remanding the report for further action, the board also dismissed petitions for review without prejudice to refile. Turning to the board's decision that the chair just mentioned, Trifanuki Farms. The citation is 52 ALRB number 1 that was issued on April 27th. There was a decision and order on compliance. Underlying case numbers are 2013 CE008 VIS and 2013 CE014 VIS. Among other things, the board remanded to the region for a revised bargaining make-whole specification that calculates interest as directed by the board. Finally, turning to pending matters, there is Dixon B Company LLC case number 2024-CE-093. There it's the general counsel's renewed request for enforcement of subpoena ducis tecum that was filed on April 3rd. And the next and last matter is Rastegar Farms Management, Inc., case number 2024-CE-017. There is a ALJ default decision, exception was filed April 6th, and reply filed on April 21st. Thus, the briefing is complete in that matter. That concludes my report. Happy to answer any questions.
Okay. Do any of my colleagues have any questions? All right. Thank you, Santiago. Next, I will turn to Laura to see if we have any litigation updates.
I don't have any updates.
All right. Okay. I don't believe we have a general counsel's report today. We do not have a legislative report. So we'll go to public comment. For those who wish to make public comment, please use the raise hand feature or email Santiago or Satya, and their emails are on the meeting agenda. Please note that we cannot discuss or engage on any pending case matters before us. So with that, I will see if there's anyone who wishes to make public comment.
I do not have a queue of folks, but I invite now the attendees who wish to make public comment to use the raise hand feature in Zoom. No hands raised.
All right. Okay. With that, we will then close public comment and the board will now recess into closed session. Thank you. All right, good morning. It is 11:26 a.m. and the board has returned from closed session. In terms of announcements, our next board meeting will be on Wednesday, May 13th. here in Sacramento and online as well. And that concludes today's board meeting. Thank you.